All right, so this one is another one of these perform the operations and write it in the lowest expression. Now it says use a calculator. I'm not going to do that because we don't need to in this one. So the first thing I want to do is I want to try to simplify this as much as I can, right? So this 2/3, I'm going to leave that alone, but this -2 and -6 I can combine to a -8. This -2/5 on the bottom, I'm going to put a parentheses around. So anytime we have a fraction, I can treat that as a division, right? So this is the same as 2/3 times -8 divided by this fraction of -2/5. But if we're dividing by this fraction of -2/5, that's the same as multiplying by the fraction flipped over as -5/2. So I can write this as 2/3 times -8 times -5/2. It's got to end up being the same thing. Okay? And now we can start doing some work here. Because a negative times a negative, well, those guys are going to cancel out. And so now all of our negatives are gone. And now we know that multiplication and division, so multiplication and fractions should play nice. So what I can do here is I can now write this treating 8 as the fraction of 8/1. Writing it 2 times 8 times 5 over 3 times 1, which we really don't need. Multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything, times 2. And now, multiplication and fractions we also know is play nice. So this 2 and that 2 will cancel out. Nothing else is really going to cancel out here. We're going to get a 5 times 8, that's a 40. And we're going to get 3 is left on the bottom, so this is 40/3. Now at this point, I really don't even need a calculator, right? Because I can do long division on this thing. 40 divided by 3, well, 1, 3. Okay, 1 and 10. 3 3s will get us to 9.10, and 3 3s will get us to 9, so this is going to be 13.3 repeating. No calculator required.